Good evening everybody. Welcome to my channel Programming Guide. Today we are going to discuss about the programs related to arithmetical operators, relational operators, logical operators and bitwise operators and more assignment operators. Today we'll see the programs in a live. Now, first of all, we'll see the programs related to arithmetical operators. So, first of all, we'll perform arithmetical operations. Those are plus, minus, multiplication, division, and modulus. So, first of all, I am writing header files. Hash include stdio.h. Next, hash include con io.h void main I'm writing. Now in order to do additions or subtractions, first we needed two variables, that is a and b. So whatever the program we have, first of all we need to have a glance idea about the variables which we need in the program. That means what are the input we need, what the operation we should perform, and what the logic we should have, and what will be the output. First we need to have a idea about this. So in order to perform any of arithmetical operations, first I need two variables, and in order to store the result of those arithmetical operators we need some other variables. For example, consider for addition I am taking the variable as AD, and for subtraction I am taking the variable as sub. For multiplication I am taking mul, and for division I am taking div, and for modulus I am taking as module. Now these are the variables I need in the program. Now clear the previous screen. Now ask the user to enter two numbers. Enter two numbers. Now what the user does, by seeing this message, user tries to enter some two numbers. Now the two numbers to be of integer type. Now accept those two numbers and store those two numbers values into two variables like a and b. Now whatever the values are entered by the user, those values will be stored in a and b variable. Now first we'll perform addition, a plus b, and subtraction is equals to a minus b. Multiplication is a star of b. Division is equals to a by b. Division you may get float values, but if you specify as integer, only integer part it will take. And for modulus, a modulus b I am writing. Now print all these results in printf. Now printf addition equals to modulus of d, and the variable will be AD. And for the next we'll print subtraction, modulus of d comma sub. Next printf multiplication equals to modulus of d mul. Printf division equals to modulus of d and div, and close this. And I'm printing modulus is equals to percentile of d and modulus. So all these are the variables I am going to print in my program. And at last we have did ch. Now everything to be in a new line if you want. So when you get a new output, that should be in the new line. So I'm writing as /n, that means this output will be printed in the new line. Now compile the program. So what the other one statement is missing. Compile. Now the program is compiled. Now run. Now I'm entering the two numbers as 45 and we'll say the number as 15. Now see, addition is 60, subtraction is 30, multiplication is 675, division 45, 15 3s are 45 and modulus is 0. Why? Because when you divide the 45 by 15 you'll get the remainder as 0. So these are the arithmetical operations. Now we'll go for next, relational and logical operators. So this is a comment line. If you are interested, you need to have a comment line, otherwise no need of writing that, but it's better practice to write. Now what is the program of ours? Comparison, and that means I want to show the programs of logical and relational in the same program. So I want to check biggest of three numbers. So this is a program which is related to biggest of three numbers. We can implement this is with the simple if else and if else ladder also we can call it as. That means in one if else we encounter one more if else. We entered one more if else, then we call it as a nested if else. So in order to check biggest of three numbers, first we need three variables. Now I am declaring those as A, B, C and clear the previous screen. Now ask the user to enter three numbers. Enter three numbers. Now scanf. So we are accepting three values. So ampersand of A. Sorry, we should enter small d. Ampersand of A, comma, ampersand of B, comma, ampersand of C. Now we have three values. Now what is the logic? I want to check whether the biggest of three numbers is A, B, C. That means which number is biggest in A, B, C. Now what is the logic? For example, I consider A is biggest. Now how will write A is biggest? A must be greater than B and B must be greater than C. That means, sorry, A must be greater than C. If these two conditions are true, then we say that, then what we say, A is greater. What is the operation we have here? And. That means A should be greater than B and A is also should be greater than C. Then we say that A is greater. Otherwise, if this condition is false, consider. That means what? If any one of the condition is false, then entire condition will be false. That means B is greater or C is greater. Again we have to check. Is B is greater than C or not? If B is greater than C, the condition true, B is greater, otherwise C is greater. Here we should understand AND operation we are implementing. AND operator, logical AND operator we are implementing, and here we are implementing relational operators. Now we implement this concept with the if else ladder. If A should be greater than B, and we can also write greater than or equals to also we can write, and A is also should be greater than or equals to C. If both the conditions are true, what you'll say? We'll say that percentile D is greater. That means in percentile D plus whatever the value you have in A, that will be printed. Now I'm closing this. Now if any one of the condition is false, for example I'm taking the values as 10, 5, 20. Now is 10 is greater than 5, but is 10 is not greater than 20. So here if any one of the condition is false means what? A is not greater. Now else if B should be greater than C, we are checking. If B is greater than C, then what we will print? Percentile D is greater. In the place of percentile D, we should place the B value. Now write else printf greater. Now I'm closing the else statement of first else. So only one have here, only we have one statement in if and else block. So I'm not enclosing the flower brackets here. I'm opening and closing here, and I'm opening and closing here. Now compile the program. Now run the program. Now I'm entering the values as 10, 5 and 20. Now 10 is greater than 5, but 10 is not greater than 20. 10, if the 10 is greater, then 10 should be greater than 5. 10 should be greater than 10. Then only we say that 10 is greater. But the condition is wrong here. 10 is greater than 5, but not greater than 20. So control will go for 5 and 20. Now 5 is greater than 20. No, it is again wrong. Now we'll print the value as 20 is greater. Now trace the program. Now I'm tracing the program by pressing F7 key. Now enter 3 numbers. So same numbers I'm entering. Whichever you are interested in, you can enter the numbers. I'm entering 10, 40 and 5. Now your A is having 10, B is having 40, C is having 5. 10 is greater than 40? No. False. And 10 is greater than 5? Yes. But here 10 is greater than 40 condition is wrong and 10 is greater than 5 condition is right. So what is the logical operator of AND? Both the conditions are true, then only this entire condition will be true. Here this condition is false, this condition is true. So completely the condition is false. So control will enter into the else block. Now check out. I am pressing F7. Check out. Now it is not entering into the if condition. Why? Because the condition is wrong. Now under the else we have one more condition. So this concept we call it as a nested if else. In if else we are writing one more if else. So we call it as a nested if else. Now is B is greater than C? Now is 40 is greater than 5? Yes. If this condition is true, this if part will be executed. If this condition is false, else part will be executed. Now here the condition is true. Why? Because 40 is greater than 5. So printf, it will print the value and control come back to the main program. Now see, look at here, 40 is greater. So this program is related to logical operators and relational operators. So in place of AND, if you write OR, what happens? Here the condition is false, here the condition is true. So OR is nothing but if any one of the condition is true, entire condition will be true. So here only it will print the value of A as greater value. But our program logic will be wrong if you write our condition. Why? Because biggest of 3 numbers we are finding over here. Now next we'll implement the next operators, that is bitwise operators. Now in what are the bitwise operators? AND, OR, exclusive OR, left shift operator and right shift operator. So all these are the bitwise operators. So first of all I am having you can have static values or random values also. That means dynamic values. So what are the static values? Static values are nothing but when you write the program, at the same time you will give the values of the variables, that we call it as a static values. Dynamic values means what? When you run your program, if you give randomly values, that we call it as a dynamic values. Till now all the programs we did with the dynamic values, that means random values. Now I'm taking this program with the static values. Why? Because the explanation will be very easy. For small numbers I'm taking A is 2, B is 3. For AND operation I'm taking X. For OR operation I'm taking Y. For left shift operation I'm taking LE. For right shift operation I'm taking RA. Now clear the screen. Now X is equals to what? A and B. Okay. Now Y is equals to A or B. Now left shift is equals to what? A less than 1. That means A value will be shifted by 1. Right shift is equals to A right shift operator 1. Now printf, first I'm printing the values. I'll show you the program execution, then I'll explain you what is happening internally. X is equals to modulus of P, Y is equals to modulus of D, L is equals to modulus of D, Ri is equals to modulus of d. Now print x comma y comma le comma ri. Hit ch and close the program. Now save the program. Bitwise.c. Now compile the program. No errors. Now run the program. Now x is equals to 2, y is equals to 3, left shift is 4, right shift is 1. Now I'm explaining you this here. Now what is the value of a? Where the value of a is what? 2. Now the binary representation of a is 1 0. Okay, so if you know the number system, then you can easily understand what is the value of 2. Now b is equals to what? 3. So that the binary number format of b is 1 1. That means I'll take you one more video for number system in a later sections. Now a is 2, b is 3. Now what is AND operation? AND operations are nothing but if both the variables have the value as 1, then the result will be 1. Otherwise the variable will be 0. Now look at here. Here the variable of a of first variable is 0 and here 1. 0 and 1, the result will be what? 0. Next 1 and 1 and 1, the result will be 1. That means AND is nothing but what? Multiplication. If you multiply 1 with 1, what you will get? 1. If you multiply 0 with 1, what you will get? 0. Now 1 0 is in the form of binary representation. That means 1 0 result is what? What means the 1 0 in a binary system? That will be the 2. Okay, understood? Now we got the output as x value as 2. Now what is the mean by OR? OR is nothing but addition. Addition means what? 0 plus 1, 0 plus 1, 1, right? Next 1 plus 1, 1 plus 1 also 1. Now addition means what? 1 plus 1 is equals to 1. Now what is the 1 1 value in the binary form? It will be 3. The binary value will be 3. Now x will be 2, y will be 3. Next it will be left shift operators. So what is mean by left shift? It will shift the leftmost bit. Now what is the 2 binary form? 1 0. Now it will represent the bit values as 8 bit 0 0 0 0 0 0 1 0. So this is a binary representation, complete binary representation of 2. Now left bit is what? Left bit is 0. That means this 0 will be deleted. So if you delete this 0, the value will be comes to this side. Now the value will be comes to this side. Now this is the representation of binary number 4. Okay, so that means left shift will be moved from left side to right side. That means left value of 0 will come to the right side. That means not the same 0 will come. If you remove this 0 to the next, left side will be moved the value. So I express byte consists of 8 bits. So in order to represent the 8 bits, the value should be replaced as 0. So this is the representation of left shift operator. Now what you are performing on this 2, we are performing right shift operator. That is what? 2 is what? 1 0. Now what is the binary representation? 0 0 0 0 0 0 1 0. Right? Now from this right shift, this 0 will be moved. So that means 0 will be moved means nothing but what? So this will be shifted to this side. And where the empty place? Here we have an empty location. That means a byte consists of 8 bits, but only we have 7 bits over here. So that will be filled with 0. Okay. Now that means this 1 is nothing but what? it is a binary form of 1 only. So here we are getting x value as 2, y value as 3, left shift as 4, right shift as 1. Remember this. I'll show you again the output. I'm putting all these in a comment line so that you'll get understood. If you want to copy also, you can copy. Now compile. Now execute. See, x is 2, y is 3, left shift is 4, right shift is 1. So these are the programs of bitwise operators. Clear? I think all these programs are clear for you. Now next operator, I'll go with the increment and decrement operator. Increment and decrement operator. Okay, increment is nothing but value will be increased, decrement is nothing but value will be decreased. Now here I am taking the values I, comma j, and for increment I am taking the value as in, for decrement I am taking the variable as decremented. Now before to the program, I want to explain you some concept which is related to increment and decrement operators. Now I plus plus and plus plus I. So these two variables are increased by 1. So whatever the value you have in I will be increased by 1. If you write initially, consider I is equals to 10. I plus plus is nothing but 10. Plus plus I also nothing but 10. But we have a difference when if you assign this I plus plus value, for example, I'm assigning this I plus plus value here. Consider these two statements. In this statement, initially I'm taking I is equals to 10. Now here I plus plus is equals to 10 and plus plus I is also equals to 10. Why? Because 11. Here also the I value will be 11. Why? Because just whatever the value we have in I, that will be incremented by 1. I plus plus is nothing but what? I plus plus is nothing but I plus 1, or plus plus I also have same meaning. So while understanding, be careful. Value of I is 10, that is nothing 10. I plus plus is nothing but what? I plus 1. Plus plus I also same meaning. That means value of I will be incremented by 1 when you increment. We call it as a pre-increment, post increment. So post increment means I then plus plus. Pre increment means plus plus then I. So in these two cases the value of I will be only 11, but it comes to here. Now when you assign a value to a variable, that will be changed. Here I plus plus, if you are writing, first the value of I will be assigned to in variable. Consider what is the value here. I am considering I as 10. Now what you have in I? What you have in I? We have I value as 10. Then it will be plus plus. That means what your in contains here? Your in contains 10 only. Your in contains 10. That means first the value of I will be assigned to in variable, then internally I value will be increased by 1. In this case in contains 10. No, your I becomes 11. But whereas in this case your in contains 11. Why? Because first only we are incrementing, then we are assigning the value of I to in. So in will be 11 and I also 11. Understand carefully. If it is of post increment, first assigns the value of I to in variable, that is 10 will be assigned to in, then internally value of I will become 11. Whereas in pre-increment, first increased value the value of I. Now internally the value of I becomes 11. Now 11 will be assigned to in. Now here in will be 11, I will be 11. So this is a post increment, this is a pre-increment. So the concept will be clear. Now we'll see the programs. So decrement also same. If post decrement, first assign then decrement. If pre-decrement is there, first decrement then assign. Now here this will be pre-increment, this will be the post increment. Now I'm putting all these in a comment section. Why? Because after seeing your program, if you want to copy any text from this, you can make use of this. Now multiple comment line. This is multiple comment line. Why? Because we are whatever we are writing, that will be not compiled by the compiler. Now clear the screen. Printf, enter two numbers, scanf, modulus of d and modulus of d, ampersand of I, comma, ampersand of j, and close the program. Now I'm assigning in is equals to I plus plus, de is equals to j minus minus. Okay, now printf in is equals to modulus of d and I is equals to modulus of d, and de is equals to modulus of d, and j is equals to modulus of d. Now put the values of in, comma I, comma de, comma j. Now get ch. Now according to our explanation, what will be the value of I? For example, I enter two numbers as 10 and 20. Now I will be 10, j will be 20. Now first 10 will be assigned to in, and I will be incremented as 11. So in contains 10, I contains 11. Now according to this, j will be 20, so 20 will be assigned to de. Now de contains 20. Internally j will be decremented. Why? Because it is a post decrement. So j will become 19. Now check out the output. Now I'm entering the values as 10 and 20. Any numbers you can enter. See, in will be 10, I will be 11, de will be 20, j will be 19. Clear? Now and the same program, only I am modifying for results of pre-increments. And pre-decrement. Now what happens in this case? If you enter 10 and 20, so first I value will be increased, 10 becomes 11, 11 will be assigned to in. Now what will be decremented? Pre-decrement. First decrease the value of j. Now it will be 20, now it becomes 19. Now assign it to de. Now the same program I'm compiling again. Now check out for the results. 10 and 20. Now in will be 11, I will be 11, de will be 19, j will be 19. So this is the difference between pre-increment and post-increment, and pre-decrement and post-decrement. Thank you for watching my videos. If you like my videos, subscribe to my channel and tap the bell icon. If you like my videos, share to your friends. We'll meet in the next video. I'm saving these programs.